All we're going to have tonight on this episode is the NBA Cup and NFL look-aheads. There's just so much action, guys. I want to give you guys sharp bets. I don't just want to give you guys picks without doing the handicapping. I still have to get on this NHL. It's going to be a late night for me. Let's be real. Big-time NHL slate. Haven't even gotten into it. But, again, check out the Tony's Picks morning show. We'll have all of that broken down for you. And another massive college basketball slate. Still haven't even gotten into it. Point of the look ahead shows to give you guys sharp action ahead of it, you know. And this first game here, Pistons and Celtics. Let's check out the injury report on this one. 1 second, guys. All right. NBA Cup action here, Pistons, Celtics. As far as the Pistons are concerned, just Marcus Sasser, Bobby Clintman, they're supposed to be out. Nothing too major there for the Pistons. And then Quetta, the big-time center there for the Celtics, and then obviously still Tatum. So basically a clean injury report here for the Pistons-Celtics game. I'm going to make this bet strictly off the culture that the Celtics have created here. I still believe in a Joe Mazzulla-led squad. They've kind of found a way to patch up this lineup, playing 50-50 ball out the gate. I think the 15-2 record from the Pistons is a little bit fraudulent. Yes, we'll trust Vegas. We'll lay the 2.5 points here with the Celtics. Again, this one's just a trust in the culture of the Boston Celtics to get this one done here. We'll take the -2.5 with the Boston Celtics. On to the next game. We got the New York Knicks and the Charlotte Hornets. Knicks 6.5-point favorites on the road in Charlotte. This one here, let me get the injury report for you guys. All right. We're going to have Landry Shamet and OG Anunoby still out for those Knicks. Nothing too major here for the Hornets. Injury report looking basically clean on the Hornets side. That doesn't affect it, though, here. I still think Jalen Brunson, Karl Anthony Towns, and a guy like Josh Hart, just still too many pieces for me to want to look the Hornets' way. That's why I'm on the Knicks here, -6.5. Expecting a big night out of Cat. I don't know who's necessarily going to guard him. A guy like Kalkbrenner, I still think is a little too young in the tooth to handle a guy like Karl Anthony Towns. All over the Knicks, -6.5 here. All right. Prop for that Knicks game, though, I'll go back to it. If you want to look the other way on the Hornets, I still do like Knight to have a big-time night. This guy, last 4 matchups, last 4 games, has scored over 25 points. I like Knight, a potential Rookie of the Year type candidate for those for those Hornets. I still do like the Knicks, though, -6.5. I just think a lot deeper team. Let me get the Knicks here, -6.5. On to the next one. We got the Milwaukee Bucks taking on the Miami Heat. And, yes, ugly injury report here for the Bucks. Let me get into it 1 second. Giannis, from what I remember, Giannis still game time decision. Hoping he can play here on the back-to-back type spot or what is it? Yeah, played 2 nights ago against the Blazers, kind of laid an egg. We were on the Blazers, though, in that matchup. Kind of expected the Bucks to not show up there with resting Giannis. I think, they show up here, Bucks with Giannis in the lineup, NBA Cup action here. That's why I'm on the Bucks here, +7.5. And I like the Giannis Antetokounmpo props. We'll take the over points, rebounds, and assists with him. Obviously, still a game time decision, but I'm banking on Giannis to play here in this one. So we will take the Bucks +7.5 against the Heat. Actually love this NBA Cup slate. Absolutely love it. Next game we got here, we got the +9.5 Pacers on the road against the Toronto Raptors. Raptors have been a team I'm really high on this year. Plenty of pieces. Obviously, R.J. Barrett's still missing from the lineup there with the knee injury. But again, host of injuries on the Pacers side. Yes, I think they get on a run here. They've been covering some spreads for us. They did cover for us as well last time out against the Pacers. I think they cover again here against the Raptors. At the end of the day, a guy like McConnell, Ben Shepherd, Siakam, and the rest of this crew here for the Pacers can at least keep this one close against the Raptors. That's why I'm looking the Pacers way here, plus the 9.5. At 2-15, I'd like to see them get on a run. I still think they have a roster capable of doing that. Will they make the playoffs? I don't know. They've dug themselves a big-time hole. But in this particular spot, I'm on the Pacers plus 9.5. All right, on to the next game. We got the Minnesota Timberwolves taking on the Thunder. I'll be short and frank with this one. At the end of the day, this is game of the year type bet. I got this bad boy at plus 10.5 with the Timberwolves. Big time night out of Anthony Edwards. I'm expecting 40-plus points out of him. This is a revenge spot for the Timberwolves. Again, facing a Thunder squad that eliminated them last year in the playoffs. 8 matchups against this Thunder squad last year. Did win 3 of them. So it's not like they've been just not even competitive in this matchup. I think 8.5 is even still a little disrespectful. Again, I got plus 10.5, but once it starts getting to sound maybe 6 or 7, maybe 5 or 6, you start looking the Thunder's way maybe, but I can only look the Blazers' way. Even at a 5 or 6, I would take I said Blazers. Even at a 5 or 6, I would take the Timberwolves. Let me put it that way. That's what I'm trying to get at. But I got plus 10.5, plus 8.5 I would take. Yes, all over the Timberwolves here. This is definitely a sprinkle on the money line spot. Do I see the Thunder going 81-1 here? No. They're eventually going to lose a game, 17-1 out the gate. Obviously, the defending champs, but this is a spot I can only look the Timberwolves' way. Give me the plus 8.5 here with the Timberwolves. On to the next spot or game. We got the Grizzlies here, 1.5-point favorites on the road against New Orleans. And I like New Orleans. They got it done for us there the other night against the Chicago Bulls. I told you guys, look out for this young star, Derek Queen. Still plenty of pieces here. Let me read you guys this injury report for the Pelicans and Grizzlies game. Yes, still no John Morant. That's what, again, is getting me off of the Grizzlies. Jaren Jackson is expected to play. Zach Edey, a game-time decision. Ty Jerome out. Javon Small out. And Brandon Clark out. Again, Jordan Poole, Herbert Jones are the only really 2 main pieces out for this Pelican squad. I expect the Pelicans to hang tight, win this one outright, really. I'll take the plus 1.5 here with the Pelicans. All right, buzzing right on through this NBA Cup card. One of my favorite NBA Cup slates of the year, really. Love this slate. On to the Rockets versus the Warriors. Rockets 1.5-point dogs on the road. Reading you guys this injury report here. We got, what do you call it here? We got Kevin Durant obviously still out. Tari Eason out. Steven Adams out. Finney Smith out. Obviously Van Fleet's out for the whole year. Draymond Green here on the Warriors side, a game-time decision. Horford out. Kuminga out. DeAndre Melton out. I don't know. I feel like this one should be favored towards the Warriors a little bit more. And the fact that this price is basically at a pick 'em, it's telling me that the Rockets still can find a way to get this done. I still like some of the long wings that they have. A guy like Thompson out there to be able to guard multiple positions. A guy like Sengun who on any given night can get near triple-double type numbers. I don't know. It's going to be up to the Rockets defending the 3. I like the Rockets as well on this one, but I do think the Warriors still get off some points. That's why I think this total is still a little too low, and we're all over the 225.5 in this one. Yes, I like the Rockets, but, I think the safer bet is the over 225.5 in this one. Definitely could see both teams getting near the 120s. All right, on to the next game. Blazers have been just surprising people all year long. We were on them last time out, cashed. Avdija, again, playing at an MVP level. This one here, though, Wembanyama is still out for the Spurs. Steven Castle out for the Spurs. Dylan Harper, a game-time decision. McLaughlin out. And Harrison Ingram is a game-time decision. You look at the Blazers here, Shaden Sharp, game time decision, Scoot Henderson out, Holiday out, and Matisse Thybulle out. Um, I don't know. Those are three big pieces for the Blazers, but I've already mentioned him. If he's playing at an MVP-like level, this team is still very long with a guy like Kamara playing the two guard. Just an absolute bully out there on the wing, almost 6'9". And efficient shooting-wise as well, Kamara. That's a big piece for him. Another guy like Jeremy Grant. I like this Trailblazer squad. They've only made us money this year. Can only look their way. Minus 125 on the money line is a solid enough price for the home team here against the Spurs squad without Wembanyama. All right, on to the final game of the night here. We got the Phoenix Suns, 4.5-point favorites on the road against the Sacramento Kings. Get the injury report here for you guys. Looking like, obviously, Ryan Dunn still out, Grayson Allen, and Jalen Green still out for the Phoenix Suns. And Dennis Schroeder, game time decision. Sabonis, again, still out. Expected to return late December here, if not before January. Sabonis still dealing with the dealing with the meniscus left knee, 3 to 4 weeks. I'm reading here for him. Doesn't really scare me away looking at the Kings, but I don't know. It's hard to choose a side in this one because I feel like D-Book can go off any given night. I do think the safer play, again, is going right back to an over in this one. A lot of defense. This King squad or a Westbrook, a guy like Levine, DeRozan, the rest of this bench the rest of these guys coming off the bench for the Kings, and obviously D-Book and the rest of this crew can still score. We'll take the over 233.5 in this one.